Hey guys, it's drawing day. I'm drawing another face demo today using the Reilly method. I've had several people request a Reilly method demonstration. I've mentioned it in several of my previous tutorials, and I thought I'd sit down and try drawing a face based on all the structural marks and the method that the Reilly method employs. So let's give this a try and see how it works out. And I think what we're going to start with is essentially a straight-on view and break down all of the rhythm lines. And that's what Reilly really is. It's a lot more rhythmic and takes into account a lot more of the various planes and the structure of the face, more so than the Loomis method. So let's give it a try. All right, so as in working with the Loomis method, you start essentially with a circle, and again you're just kind of breaking off the side of the head right there. All right, so coming right down like that, and then you can come in and get yourself that chin shape in here. All right, as with the Loomis method, it's about halfway, 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 like that. So various thirds in here, and then we also find the center line, and I'm drawing in red very lightly, all right, until I get some structural things going here. All right, so the big trick is right here at the base of the circle. You're going to kind of work in. You can do a circle, or you can kind of do a little shape like that, but that right there is the nose. All right, and then you create another, well, actually create a ellipse at the chin right down here, and then you create, oh, hang on, let's get a nice, I think there's a nice little shape here off of the nose, or you can also do it in kind of a bridge, a line like that. So, and right in here is about where the end of the bone of the skull stops and it cartilage begins, and there's normally a break point right in here and the center point. All right, so we got that little nice ellipse here, we got this nice little ellipse, and then two little, there we go, that's the side of the nose. This ellipse represents the side of the nose. We got these two things for nostrils, and then from here we'll come down and create another ellipse, and it should come right up and above like that right there. So that's kind of the ball of the nose. All right, and right in here we'll drop in some eyes. All right, and we'll find the center line for the mouth right in here. All right, so there's the mouth. And there's a couple ways. I've done this a couple different ways. A big ellipse underneath, thinner one up like that, or two. I've even seen it done with two like that. All right, or just one thin ellipse like that. All right, and then from the, well, let's get the bridge of that indent right there. All right. We'll also draw in the eye sockets, essentially, right there. Again, draw it loose. Don't make this mechanical, or it'll drive you nuts. Keep it nice and loose, and you can push and pull these shapes depending upon whether or not you're trying to get a real person. If you're working with a reference point, so. Or a reference portrait. There we go. So eyes right in there. All right, cool. Got the mouth. We got another arcing shape coming down along around the shape of the face like that. And that's essentially that fleshy part right in here. Especially when you get old, you smile and you see that little strip of flesh right in through here. It's also where the jowls, where the jowls will happen, right there. All right, so from this point, about where the mouth is, it comes up, and that's the plane of the face, the side plane right in here. So you got the front plane, you got side plane, like that. Okay, and then from the temple area, you got another one like right here. All right, so let's just kind of structure this up a little better, and hopefully it'll be somewhat symmetrical. All right, and all of these things, like I said, you push and pull to get them to read right. All right, so there's a, oh, I forgot one big one. You got a big ellipse, big circle right up here. That's this front here. If I scrunch my head, you can actually see it right there. So, all right, so that's why I do like the Reilly method. It does give you a lot more reference points for shading and things like that. Ears happen right in through here. All right, so there's an ear. There's an ear. It comes right down to the bottom of the nose right there. All right, so we have essentially drawn and sketched up. There's your cheekbones right there. All right, so there we go. We have the guide that we can maybe draw a face on. So let me try drawing a face on it, and hopefully it won't be one of those ugly ass ones like I did in my Loomis method one. So, all right. So with this in mind, the big question is where to start, and I typically always kind of start with the nose. All right, right in here. Nose again, we have that nice ball right here. We got the nostrils coming in, hopefully. All right, and next step, the philtrum. That's what that thing is right there. The philtrum, the Cupid's bow right in there. We'll get after that in just a second. I'm also going to kind of get the separation upper lip from lower lip right there. All right, and that's typically a really flattened out kind of M shape right there. All right, and there's typically a little angle right there. And I think I actually forgot one of my little ellipses. I think there's a under the lip kind of a space right there as well. So right there, and then there's the ball of the nose, and then the underneath side where the change of plane happens. All right, we have that laugh line that follows that rhythm line right there. We'll worry about that a little better later. All right, and then I'm going to get the eye kind of happening here with the upper eyelid. All right, and there we go. Put the eye. There we go. One little eye. All right. Upper eyelid. And remember, the upper eyelid extends beyond the lower eyelid. And then you have all sorts of shading that you're going to be able to work with in here. So, and because we already kind of drew that eye socket thing in here, you got the eyelid kind of follows the form of the eye, so does the lower eyelid, like that. So we can actually start getting some of the shading starting to happen right in here. Oh, I forgot another one. There is an arcing rhythm right up there here. And you'll hear this a lot of times if you really get into the Reilly method. This is all of these red guides, they're called abstraction guides or rhythms, right? So it kind of helps you position and get all your facial features into the right spots. So I'm going to quickly do some shading in here. I'm not going to worry about accuracy on the lighting. All right, so right in there. There we go. Right in here like that. And then we can get the eyebrow in here. Eyebrow following that line right there. All right. So we also can start working with some tone on the side of the face. And again, side of the faces are, or front view faces are more difficult to draw than profiles or 3/4 view because there's really no angles. Everything's done with values and plane changes and how you represent that. So, all right. So I'm going to get the lower eyelid, or at least the bag around the eye, and there's that shape right there. There's our cheekbones can happen right there. And again, you can push and pull all this stuff, and you'll see these features on various people. If you pull a lot of reference materials and stuff in here, you'll see all of these things here. I'll just go ahead and kind of start adding tone. We'll just say the light's coming in right there on the front of the face. All right, so we're already getting a pretty good looking face happening already, and there's that front forehead. There's this side of the face as well. All right, all right, I want to get the actually the little philtrum is another little rhythm line right there. Philtrum. All right, so the upper lip kind of has this kind of a shape right there, and then the wings to it. All right, if we can get them about right. All right, everybody's lips are a little different. All right, and we'll just color that in. The lower lip, I'm going to define right like that. It's rarely, there's typically oh, and that's another thing on the nose too. There's normally maybe a very faint separation, kind of a divot right there. All right, so we're going to put it right there on the lips, right there. And think of the wings on each side of that as kind of a means of adding value into it. You get kind of a little rhythm line in there as well, but we're going to start and get that lower lip defined like that, and then we'll pull that. All right, depending upon where the light source is where the shadow on the Cupid's bow, the philtrum is. There we go. Might even be some secondary lines like that. There we go. So anyway, we're starting to get a face emerging here. I'm going to get the ears going. There's a little Y shape right in there. All right. Now let's get that jaw. We'll pull that jaw down and get that chin. And then that little shape, that elliptical shape, also gives us some shading information right in through here. All right, so there we go. And you can have all sorts of fun with this. There's that nice cheekbone you can throw in there. So how freaking easy and fun is that, huh? You'll get the hang of it. Okay, let me get the better ear. There we go. Throw that jaw in. Throw the neck in here. All right. All right, so it's starting to come along. I'm starting to like it. There we go. Okay. You even have the all right, so let me get the jaw a little better. He's a little asymmetrical. There we go. All right. All right, let's get a little hair going here. All right, so get a little bit of some hair coming up, coming off the side of the head. All right. And same drill over here. There we go. Got some hair. I think it needs a little more volume. There we go. So anyway, yeah, it looks all right. I think I got his eyes a little too close set, but again, it's first draft. The ears are not level, so I need to drop his ear down a little more. How's it look up over here? All right, so we'll just kind of fix that. And if I was to refine this, and this is something the students always hate, is to essentially spend all this time working on their drawing, and I tell them to refine it and start over, or do a derivative of the initial sketch, and essentially all they have to do is, this is a handy thing to have, that base drawing that you can then maybe get a piece of parchment paper, tissue paper, tracing paper, and set over top of it, and then redraw it with the underneath drawing there as your guide, and you can make a lot of changes. So I'm just kind of playing around, adding a little more specificity and working it out. So other than I think I got his eyes a little too close set, that's using the Reilly method, all those red rhythm lines to kind of inform how to draw and to structure up the face. So it works on the 3/4 view, it works on the side view as well, and I'll do those maybe in another tutorial. So hey, I hope this quick little Reilly method tutorial kind of gives you something to think about, want to try. I'm sure you will want to try it. It's a lot of fun and it works really well. So give it a try. Pick up a pencil, get started, start sketching, and you're going to be drawing faces like a pro before you know it. So hey, if you got any value out of this tutorial, please give me a like and a subscribe. And if you think any of my videos or all of my videos on the channel are helping you out any, and you want to support me financially, keep the lights on. Hey, I have a Patreon page, and you do a $5 membership. So, hey, thank you for, I'm doing hey. What's with all these heys? Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next tutorial.